Hello and welcome to Asterisk Live. My name is Billy Chia and I'm the Asterisk Marketing Manager here at Digium. On this week's show, I'm excited to introduce Cody Stewart, who is the Asterisk Applications Engineer here at Digium. Cody, welcome to the show.
Hey, Billy, thanks.
And Cody, I'm happy to have you on the show this week, and I think that being an Asterisk Applications Engineer is a pretty cool position that allows you to do some interesting consulting and help folks out in the Asterisk community. To start out, can you just tell us who you are and what you do here at Digium?
Yeah, sure thing. Well, like you said, my name is Cody Stewart. I am an Asterisk Application Engineer, which means I help people kind of gather all the tools and resources that they need to build custom Asterisk solutions. I started out at Digium in tech support and worked on both Asterisk and Switchvox, and so that gave me a good kind of foundation there to bring these different pieces together. But it's been Asterisk has been something I've played around with for years and have been involved with telephony, so it's pretty cool to get all these pieces together and make something out of it.
And can you tell the audience here about maybe some of the businesses that you are able to interact with? Can you tell us a story maybe of a business that you've been able to interact with and help them out with their Asterisk Applications Engineering?
Sure. Well, there was a school system that I worked with out in the Midwest, and they had one of those scenarios where you have tons of different vendors of old legacy systems that you're having to get support from, and just an incompatible mix of technologies. And so what they were looking to do was standardize on one vendor, also try to eliminate all of their maintenance costs that they could, or at least narrow that down to just one solution, so they're not having to go everywhere for this thing and that. But they also wanted to move to an open source solution, so of course Asterisk was a perfect fit for that. But they had just one of those scenarios where you have all these different technologies, and they need to do like a staged rollout to minimize downtime. So what we were able to do was get them the right Digium hardware, right interface cards to work with the different incoming lines that they had at the different locations, as well as Digium phones for all of their locations, and then really tailor the solution to them, so then they were able to roll it out themselves. And with this specific case, they were wanting to do the rollout entirely with internal staff, so they were able to really just take the pieces that we gave them and assemble them on site there to build the solution that then they maintained internally from then on.
Okay, so this was a case where it was a school system with multiple locations, and different locations were using different technology, and they wanted to migrate onto Asterisk, but they really needed some help to make that to make those solutions possible. And that's where you were able to steer them in the right direction, get them connected with the correct interface cards for their particular needs, and they were able to move off of a system where they were paying maintenance contracts to multiple vendors onto an all open source Asterisk solution.
That's right, exactly. And that's something that can be a bit daunting getting into it at first. These guys have a lot of Linux experience, but not much in the way of telephony. So they had a lot of questions about what was the right solution for them at each site, and it took a bit of expertise to get into that and ask the questions concerning what kind of lines do you have coming in, what options do you have, and discuss the benefits to moving to VoIP in different locations, and just a good understanding of that. So that's what we try to provide in my position, is the ability to discuss your specific scenario and see what options are available and how to make that as easy as can be to implement for your company.
Okay. And it also sounds like you have worked with several folks that use Digium phones. It sounded like the school system was using Digium phones. Do you have a customer story or somebody that you've worked with possibly that chose to go with Digium phones? I'm kind of curious what about Digium phones was helpful for them or made that a particular solution that was better than another solution?
Gotcha. Well, I worked with this was actually a college that had an IT help desk. It was another one of those mixed environments, but they had about 10 to 15 technicians that needed to be part of a queue to answer questions from students in the dorms or from faculty, and what they were looking for was something that didn't take up a lot of desktop real estate on their PCs, and gave them a simpler interface to log in and log out of queues. So they were able to use the Queues app on the Digium phones to monitor their status in the queue. Also, if there was need for moving one group over to another one to cover overflow, they were able to easily do that without having to memorize a bunch of log-in, log-out extensions for the different queues. And they were all able to do this from the phone sitting on their desk. So that's something that was really, really attractive to them and really helped them perform better and more efficiently in the end.
So this was a scenario where they had Asterisk as their phone system, and with different phones attached to Asterisk, they did not have the integrated Queues application that works with the native Queues implementation within Asterisk. But because Digium phones designed for Asterisk have that native queue application, they were able to take advantage of that functionality?
That's right. So, there's of course a lot that you can do just with speed dial or rapid dial keys, where you can make it easier so then they don't have to remember each specific login or log out extension for the different queues. But there's not any real method of getting dynamic information, like how many calls are waiting in the queue, how many calls have I taken, is somebody else paused in the queue, what's their status. There's really not a way to do that except through the Digium phone API. And so that's able to give you really detailed information and also integrate very tightly with the system, so then you can get all of that in real time and then change behavior based on it.
Okay. Well, it's been nice to chat with you today. If there are folks out in the community and they think, yeah, I would like to get in touch with the applications engineer, I would like to learn what solutions are going to work best in my scenario, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn and Spiceworks, and pretty active there, so if it's just general questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you want to have a phone call, I'm available by phone as well, and would love to chat about anything custom that you have to do.
Okay, awesome. Well, we will put those links in the description section of this video. And Cody, have an excellent day, and we'll catch everyone next time on Asterisk Live.
Cool. Thanks, Billy.